Okay, so today is day number 16, and I decided that I was going to change it up a little bit and start actually vlogging throughout the day. I woke up a little late, 2 p.m. I'm not happy about it, but we did have a long day yesterday, and I'll be quite frank with you. We haven't taken a single rest day in the last 16 days or 15 days, and this is the 16th day. So yesterday's workout, we had to cut it a little short because I was feeling horrible. It was either I cut it there or I would have to take a complete complete day off sometime during the week. And I said, you know what, let me take it easy, let me cut it back a little bit, and then we'll come back tomorrow, which is today, and do a little bit of back, because I really am feeling like I want to do back today. But it all depends on our energy levels after we actually get to the gym, because throughout the day we're in a calorie deficit. Throughout the week, through the last 16 days, I've been in a calorie deficit. So I'm starting to feel the entire effects of it, because I don't know if you guys know this, I haven't taken a single rest day. Like, when I say that, I'm not even joking. You guys can go back on my video. Every single video that I have recorded, it has been from the day that I started, and I haven't taken a single day off at all. And yesterday was a prime example of everything coming all at once. And I'm pretty sure my estradiol, my estrogen levels are completely down the drain, because because I've been controlling my diet too. I've been completely limiting the amount of carbs that I want to take in, the saturated fats that I want to take in, and I've been trying to go ahead and take this lean extremely seriously, more seriously than I ever did in my life. So yeah, I mean, hey, we definitely felt the effects of it yesterday. It was my first time going through something like that, and it did not feel good, because when you're fasting throughout the day, and it's not even like I'm water fasting, I'm completely dry fasting. I'm not eating anything since probably the night before, right? And today I'm thinking about taking it a little bit easy. To be honest, what I'm thinking is this, right? Rather than me completely taking a day off at the gym, I should probably get a pizza and start eating it, because everything that I've been taking has been lowering my LDL and increasing my HDL, which is my healthy cholesterol. And I just got my blood test done, and I'm not going to get the result back until next week. So already I kind of already know the symptoms of low estrogen and high testosterone and all that fun stuff and everything in between, because I've just done a lot of research about it. So what I'm thinking about doing is this, right? Because I've been having some joint stiffness, and I've just been feeling extremely fatigued. And a part of it could be the fact that we just didn't take a rest day, but also it could be the fact that we controlled our diet so much and that we haven't taken a cheat meal day. We haven't really concentrated on eating fats. Estrogen is a byproduct of excess testosterone. So when you have low estrogen levels, that basically means that your body's not converting anything into estradiol and or estrogen. And what's happening is you're getting that fatigue, you're feeling too many of the effects of what you would feel if you were to have low testosterone, right? So just looking at that, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to eat a very fatty meal today, and I'm going to see how I feel, just to maybe just get a sense of maybe what if it's just the diet, what if it's just not the fact that I worked out every single day, right? I'm hoping that I really just don't want to take a rest day, but if I do, hey, look, it is what it is. We can just go ahead and have a completely eating day, and we can just completely rest, watch Netflix or whatever. But throughout the day, I'm waking up super late, and it has nothing to do with the fact that my testosterone is super low. I have good testosterone. My testosterone is probably at 800 to maybe 1200, maybe 1600 or whatever, right? And it's been I've been feeling the first week and a half that we were working out, I felt amazing. And it's the third week where it's starting to go ahead and creep up, because we did cardio on Sunday. Yesterday was chest day, and I couldn't even lift the chest day workout. I couldn't do it the way that I wanted to do it. And when something like that happens, I always know there's something that's happening either with my diet or with overall exhaustion or whatever, right? That's why I consistently said I want to take it easy, step by step, because our intensity of the amount of workouts that we're doing, the amount of intensity that we're lifting at, it's a lot. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but I don't know if you know this, but not even 4 days ago, three and a half days ago, 4 days ago, I said rather than doing a certain amount of reps, I want to go ahead and start focusing more on the set, and then also working until failure and just doing sets from there, right? Rather than doing 3 sets of 15, I want to go ahead and do 3 sets until failure, and then increase the weight or lower the weight depending on how I'm feeling, just so I can crush that workout and feel the fibers of my muscle. And when I'm doing that, when you're doing that, you're 100% exhausting your entire muscle group that you're working out, right? So the next day when you're coming back, when you're trying to go ahead and lift something else, you're gonna feel the effects of the previous day's muscle group. So I mean, the only real way that we're really gonna find out what's really going on with our body and with my body is when the results come back from my lab tests, which I got done a week ago. And when they come back, then we'll definitely know what's really going on. Because if my estrogen is like super low, then I have a really big hunch about what it is. And if my hemoglobin levels, or if like a bunch of other stuff is like not in the level range that I want it to be in, then I have a big hunch about what it could be. And cortisol levels also, whatever, right? So we're definitely, I'm looking forward to that test. I think, I really do. I think I'm coming to me, I can't talk. I really do think that I'm going to get it sometime next week, which is probably going to be like maybe day like 21, 22 or whatever, or 23. But whenever I do, I'll look over it and I'll go ahead and adjust my workouts accordingly to that. But overall, hey, like my body, it's adjusted very well. Like, let me just tell you, like you can still see a little bit of water retention in my face. You can still see a little bit of like boldness. You can't really see the definition of the jawline. But over, like when I took my shirt off yesterday, last night, I looked back at one of the images, the photos that I took for myself, of myself a year and a half ago, right? Obviously, no one's ever going to look the same a year and a half ago, whatever, as long as you're controlling your diet and working to like what you want to look like. But when I did that, and when I looked over it and I looked at a photo like a month ago, the complete recomposition of our body, it's going so perfectly well. My weight hasn't like really fluctuated that much, but like sometimes it's okay because majority of the weight that you're holding is water weight. And that basically means if you're increasing, if you're trying to cut, if you're trying to lean down, but you're seeing like your body shred, you're seeing like the definitions pop up, you're seeing like the recomposition of your body, but you're also simultaneously somehow increasing weight, that basically means you're gaining muscle because muscle weighs heavier than fat. And that basically means your fat is going down, which means that the composition is going the way that you want it to go. So that excess weight that you're feeling, it could be a combination of muscle like increase, and it could be a combination of water retention. So sometimes what you just got to do is you got to ramp up cardio to go ahead and lower that water retention down, lower that water weight down, so you can start seeing the definition pop up even more from your muscle groups that you've worked on, that you've grown. And for me, I've never had an issue growing my muscles. I've never had an issue cutting down. It's been fairly easy for me since I was a kid, basically. Like, yeah, we had like some periods of time where like I really didn't work out the way that I needed to, where I slacked off, I ate whatever I wanted to, like for months at a time. So it was like dirty bulking, whatever, because I'm a big snacker, right? And what ended up happening was I gained a lot of weight. None of it was muscle. And what ended up happening was you saw a completely different version of me, which was fatter, bulkier, and unhealthy. So now, as like time has progressed and we have approached 2025 and 2, 3, 4, 6 years have gone by, we're starting to get more awake to what our body really needs and what it doesn't need. And we're more knowing about what's out there that we could use to utilize and increase our gains and maximize our results the best way that we possibly can, that you otherwise wouldn't be able to if you were to use conventional methods. So that being said, I mean, hey, right now I'm on my way to my uncle's gas station to go ahead and get my car checked up. And I thought while I'm like driving, I might as well vlog, because I really haven't left my house as much as I would want to. Like my main work, I mean, is helping my dad's towing business, and mainly and my e-commerce stuff. And I really don't leave my house as much as I should. And the most social interaction that I get is either on phone calls, Zoom calls, or at the gym. Like the physical interaction that I get is usually at the gym. But yeah, I mean, sometimes shit happens. But anyways, I'm gonna continue driving, get to where I need to get, and then what I'll do is I'll just start the video from wherever I start my first workout at. But I just wanted to go in and get this done because I know a lot of people have been watching me. My videos have been doing really well. A lot of people have been watching me, a lot of support. I love it. Thank you so much for all the love that everyone shows. Every bit of your support, like everyone that watches, like it motivates me, because even like 5 people that watch my videos, I'm like, damn bro, 5 people really sat through my video. And it's not like they're just watching and clicking off. Like the retention is really good and it motivates me. It like really gets me going. And like that's like one of the reasons, and plus like the personal reasons that I have to do what I'm doing, right? And hey, and that being said, I'll see you guys in a bit, which is probably going to be when I get to the gym. But right now we have a few hours, or like literally 4 or 5 hours until we actually hit the gym. But until then, I'm gonna go grab some food, or first I'm gonna go and do what I gotta do, run some errands, and then we'll grab some food, and I'm gonna munch a little bit, and then I'll see you guys at the gym. Peace. All right, okay, so it's actually day number 16 still. but I actually had to push the workouts for the next day, which is from whatever the intro was, the next day after that. So technically today is supposed to be the official day 16, but I was like a day ahead of schedule. And then on top of that, there was a lot of stuff that was catching up to me. So I had to take a break. So what we're doing today is, because since it's the next day, I'm gonna be recording day 17 later in the afternoon. So right now, I'm about to go in and work out my back and biceps. And then after we're done with that, then we're gonna come back later tonight and we're gonna do some shoulders and traps. And then from there, we'll just get back right on our schedule, the normal schedule that we're at. And honestly, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, morning workouts may actually be the move going forward, because low-key, I was driving. Obviously, I didn't record while I was driving, but it felt extremely different. It felt really, really, really different than what I'm used to, which is at night workouts, because for the last like almost month and a half, 2 months or a couple months, I've been working out late at night, and it started like catching up to me. And I guess that my body just needed like a reset. It just needed something that was a little bit different. So what I'm about to do is, we're obviously going to do today, we're going to work it out, but starting next week, I'm going to start coming in early mornings, knocking my workouts out. Either I'm going to split them up in halves, because you gotta understand, like, well, I'm gonna start doing cardio next week, right? Monday, we're gonna start doing cardio every single day, and we're not gonna stop. Every single day cardio, and then the afternoons, what I'm thinking is of actually doing the actual workouts that I need to, right? So if it's like chest day, tricep day, whatever, a back day, I'm gonna go ahead and do it in the afternoon, which is around like 6, 7, maybe 8 p.m. Still earlier than what we're used to right now, but in the early mornings, just so I can get my vitamin D, just so I can get like everything, so I can wake up, so I can hold myself accountable. What I'm thinking is showing over to the gym around like probably 8 a.m., 9 a.m. in the mornings, getting my workout in, for example, cardio, and then calling it a day, spending the rest of the day, whatever I gotta do, and then not worrying too much about actually spending 3 hours at the gym later in the day. So I think that may actually be the move going forward, and that's probably what I'm gonna do, where cardio in the morning, workouts in the afternoon, and if I do that, then this way my body gets time to go ahead and absorb everything that I did throughout the mornings, meaning like the cardio, and actually like utilize it throughout the day. And if I feel a little fatigued, I can just like do everything, because if I do everything at once at nighttime, I have a very strong hunch, I have a feeling that we're not gonna be wanting to come the next day and work out. Because like one of the things that really did kill my entire progression, meaning like it wasn't really, the consistency's been pretty good, we're still consistent. I mean, even now, like I'm doing this morning, which is back and biceps, but I'm complementing it with shoulders and traps later in the afternoon. But the problem is, when I did cardio the last 2 Sundays, so this past Sunday and the Sunday before that, whichever day 7 and day 14, the problem was that I over exhausted my body, and then I didn't really feel like coming in the next day, and I didn't give like a sufficient amount of time for my body to recover, which resulted in me being more tired than I was before. So that's what equated to everything. And on top of that, cortisol, estrogen, and a bunch of other stuff that was contributing to my stress, because I had stiffness in my entire body, and a part of that reason was that, like right now I feel extremely refreshed. So we're gonna get back on the schedule, and I'm about to go in and do what I gotta do. I'm just gonna start recording from whatever workout that I start at, so I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, I'm gonna take the pump cover off real quick. Gotta get the booklet out, make sure that we're doing everything today that we back and biceps. So technically I'm supposed to do the straight arm push downs first. That's a warm up for the lat. What I'm gonna be doing right now is, and then I'll do the straight arm push down a little later. That's real. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the little white grip first, and then we'll move on and do what we have to. We gotta make sure our music is on point. Eat set until failure. Because we're here a little earlier in the day, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be doing different versions of this, just so I'm targeting each component of the back. And when I'm doing that, rather than doing like 4 sets, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be targeting each one for 2 times, all of them until failure. It's crazy. My skin is like starting to become so tight that every single time I even rep, everything just, it's not like it feels bad, it feels really good, but it's just that it does that now. One more of this, and then we'll move on to a close grip. Oof. All right, next one. Okay. For this one, I want to feel a little bit more, so I'm going to lower the weight just a little bit. So rather than doing 140 for the wide grip, we're going to do 120 for the close grip. That's what failure. One more, move on to that. It's not about the quantity that you do, it's about the quality of each and every single rep. That's why I started doing them in. Okay, one more. Tighter than I would have hoped for, but it's okay. All right, now we do the straight arm push downs. Just until failure. I'm supposed to do 4 sets of this, but we're gonna do it at 3. You're not supposed to bring it up all the way up. Just up to like your forehead, maybe your eyes, like that little part where the little screw is. Depending on what you're using, obviously I'm using this one, so it's a little different. Two more. All right, one more. We're starting to tighten up. That's okay. One more, and then we'll move on and do what we have to do next. Oh, music shut off. Damn it. One more, last one. All right, now we move on to the close grip. Last one wasn't really like the very first one that we did for the lat pull downs. It wasn't like a really close grip. It was like a mid to wide grip. It was like a, I don't know what the fuck you call it, but it wasn't close grip like this. So we're gonna knock this out real quick. And it's a lighter weight, so we should be able to knock out at least like 15 of them, but who's counting? We're gonna do it until failure. My music shut off. Shit. Make sure you're stretching the lats out. Even if you come a little bit closer, just make sure that you're feeling it, because this works for me. One more, and we'll move on to the rows. Okay, so this one's gonna be a little bit different than we're gonna be doing, that we're used to. So I'm gonna be doing a burnout set. So after I start struggling, rather than doing like a numerous sets for failure, after the moment I start struggling, I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting it down. Just a tiny bit. Until we can't even do one, is the goal. Okay, we're done. Back completed. Now we move on to biceps, and then we're done. We're gonna go eat something after this. All right, so we're about to do the close grip underhand bicep pull downs. The classic Mike Mentzer, classic, the things that really do help Sam Sulek. So the key is to not pull down with your lats at all. The key is to go ahead and use your biceps. Not a set amount of sets, just until failure. And we keep on doing it. God damn, that shit hurt. Bro, this is goated. This bicep pull down is goated. Holy moly. I'll be quite frank with you, when I first heard about this, I just thought people were capping, but apparently not. Because now I know. I've been doing this for the last like 2 weeks now, or a week now, and it's way better than some of the bicep other workouts that I've been doing. Like this, you really feel it without like with one set, and it feels amazing. Tightens you up immediately. All right, one more. We're gonna lower the weight down just a tiny bit though. 50 might be just too ridiculous for this. Oh, okay. There's two ways. You could do it like this, or you could do it like this. Either way, you're gonna feel in your biceps. Until failure. Oh, we are very tight. Two more. This is what I mean by silhouette. Look at that. I'm wearing an oversized shirt right now, but when I'm wearing like a little normal shirt, you can see it. Yeah. All right, one more, last one. We're gonna do the rope pull-ups for our biceps. So these are the hammer curls, but for the rope, V whatever. So we're just gonna do this for 2 sets, both until failure. I don't know how many I can do, but we're gonna try it anyways. I'm not gonna lie, I feel amazing right now, but I'm also like starving because obviously I didn't eat until like yesterday. So, and I'm not fasting today, so this is actually the one day that I did not fast. I wish I should have, but hey, I feel better. I kind of needed the day off a little bit because of all the cortisol, every single thing that we were doing over the last 3 weeks. Having a break is good, is what I'm saying. So we're gonna do this, and then after this one, we're actually gonna be done with our workouts, and then I'll come back later, and then we'll do shoulders and traps, and that'll be for day 17. Because day 16, we had to push it back for the next day, which is the following day, which is technically supposed to be day 16, if it makes sense, because I make my videos a day before the actual day, if that makes sense. So this way, if people wanna follow along, they can follow along. So like, for example, cardio day was Sunday, but I posted the video on Monday. So if like people want to skip around, whatever. Yeah. Okay, that was one. And then one more, and then we're done. Last one. Honestly, this would have to be one of the best workout days I've had in the last week since I started feeling a little off. The fact that yesterday we overloaded ourselves with carbs, which got all of our hormones started, because I feel like there's a misconception that people think that having carbs is completely wrong. You shouldn't have carbs at all. And your cholesterol is completely something that you shouldn't even have in your body, which is completely wrong. Cholesterol is good as long as you have a decent amount of it. Carbs are good as long as you have a decent amount of it. If you completely cut it off, or if you're taking supplements that suppress your cholesterol levels completely for your liver, then you have to understand your hormones are going to be in balance. For example, the thing that complements testosterone is cholesterol. Sometimes having a good amount in your body isn't always a bad thing. If you overdo it, for example, if you're only eating pizza every single day for weeks at a time, but you're still in a calorie deficit, you'll still be better than the person that's eating it. But then again, you're also making your body absorb all those carbs, all that fat, all that saturated fat, and you're not gonna feel as optimal as you would if you were to cut it back just a tiny bit. Having it once in a while is okay, that's totally fine. I mean, for me, like I had a whole box of pizza yesterday, and then on top of that, I came home and I had a chicken sandwich, right? And then I had a protein shake. And then that was actually my cheat meal, because for the last 3 weeks, I hadn't had a cheat meal at all whatsoever. So the fact that I did that, it helped me go ahead and level everything out, which means that today, because that's why I skipped yesterday, because I was feeling a little clumsy. But then after I let my body saturate everything, I came back today, this morning at like 9 a.m., and I felt way more optimal than I did a week ago for the entire duration of the week. My muscles are tighter, I feel fuller, I feel stronger, I can lift longer, and honestly, I feel like I'm gonna come back later today and do shoulders and traps, which I am. So at the end of the day, you just gotta make sure that what you're putting in your body, you're controlling, right? That's the most important thing. But anyways, we're done, and I'll see you guys later today. So day 17 for whenever you watch the video. Peace.